Good evening, everyone. This is Robert with the Space Coast Rocket. We're live here in Palm Bay on Babcock Street, just after Grant. That's Eldron, which turns into Grant here on Babcock Street, where we have a small plane. Don't know, it's kind of like a Cessna-looking type plane that has crashed and ended up, upside down and vertical here in the ditch. We do know that it was one pilot. He's right over here. He's okay. Pilot is a 17-year-old boy from Melbourne Beach. According to the police, he was on his way back towards the Melbourne airport and he lost power to the aircraft. He was able to essentially land on Babcock Street first, and then in an attempt for him to avoid colliding with one of the vehicles, he went ahead and ditched the plane into the ditch there, literally into the ditch at about 60 knots. It's a pretty phenomenal feat for a 17-year-old inexperienced, I shouldn't say inexperienced, but young pilot to have the wherewithal to be able to do that. Number one, get the plane down safely here on Babcock Street, and then without any incident, and then do what he could to avoid hitting any of the vehicles here on Babcock Street, which is a very, heavily traveled road, and then essentially escape with no injuries from the crash. Again, this is Babcock Street, right after Grant, just south of Grant Street and Eldron here in Palm Bay, where a 17-year-old pilot lost power to his small plane here. He's from Melbourne Beach, according to the police, and was able to land on Babcock essentially, or initially, and then trying to avoid colliding with the vehicle, he veered off to the side and then landed into the ditch, as you see there. He appears to be just fine. He's over here talking with authorities. He's not receiving any kind of medical treatment or anything like that. That's him there, the taller guy. Looks completely fine. I didn't see any bumps, bruises, or bleeding or anything else like that. So great job by the 17-year-old pilot to be able to manage this situation the way that he did. We're going to try to get some more information for you as far as his name and whatnot if he wants to release that. But for now, Babcock Street is shut down, starting at Grant. Grant is also Eldron on the west side of Babcock, and it looks like it's shut down all the way towards Cogan, to the south. So between Grant and Cogan, Babcock Street is shut down in both directions as a result of this small single-engine aircraft crash that happened. Again, just to recap, a 17-year-old pilot trying to return to the Melbourne airport where he lost power, had to try to make an emergency landing on Babcock Street, which he did. And then according to the police, he tried to avoid colliding with another vehicle, and as a result ended up into the ditch here with the plane the way that you see it now. So again, a great job by this young pilot, 17 years old. That's him talking over here. Not sure who that is with him. It might be a family member, but that's what's going on here. So don't know how long the road's going to be shut down here, probably till at least we're able to recover this plane and get it out of here, maybe, because they're going to need to get a special record to get that out of the ditch, which is going to take up the whole road here. But that's what's going on. Got the report, came in. Appreciate those who follow us to send us their information of what they saw as well. That's what we have here. So some of the cars are being directed around on this cut street here on the side of Babcock as well. But again, small plane crash here, Palm Bay Grant area. I'm not sure if this is technically Palm Bay or if it's technically Grant, but it's on Babcock Street, just south of the Babcock Street Grant intersection. All right, so we'll get some more information and find out. Maybe I'll ask if he wants to tell us what happened here.
Out of it?
About what?
About the crash?
No, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Well, can I get your name?
Dominic.
Dominic? Yeah. You're from Melbourne Beach? Yes, sir. Okay. So his name's Dominic from Melbourne Beach. That's the airport manager that's talking with him now. Told him not to talk to us, so that's okay. He's a young kid doing what he's advised to do. But Dominic from Melbourne Beach is the pilot of the plane, and once we get some more information, we'll let you guys know. This is Robert with the Space Coast Rocket, and we'll keep you informed.